Mega infra push in Assam ahead of assembly elections. PM Modi lays the foundation stone of India's longest bridge, which will connect Dhubri in Assam to Phulbari in Meghalaya. Prime Minister says the double-engine government at the centre in Assam has reduced the geographical and cultural gap in the entire northeast region. Hello and welcome. Very good afternoon. You're watching the big story here on Mirror Now. I am Afrida Rahman Ali. Our top focus is on West Bengal today. First up, some breaking news coming in. The Indian Railways has issued a statement reacting to Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee's statements that security at railway stations fall under the central government, and the railways said that the law and order is a state subject and the state GRP is responsible for the law and order on train platforms. Alright, so let's give our viewers the entire context of this. There were two major incidents of violence yesterday in West Bengal. One in Murshidabad in the Nimtita railway station, where the current state minister, Mr. Zakir Hussain, was targeted. He's got injured in a crude bomb attack. He was on the verge of boarding a train to Kolkata when this incident happened. The other incident took place in Kolkata, where a BJP rally was targeted and three BJP leaders, including Suvendu Adhikari, who recently moved from TMC to BJP, were targeted. BJP District President of North Kolkata, Shibaji Roy, was also injured and had to be hospitalized, and so was Zakir Hussain, who was hospitalized as well after the injuries that he received in that incident. So now explanations coming in from both the sides and reactions coming in from both the sides. Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee visited Bengal Minister Zakir Hussain in the hospital. And she alleged that this was a pre-planned attack. There's a conspiracy to eliminate the TMC minister, and also she made it clear that the security was the responsibility of the railway ministry at the centre. To that, of course, the railways now has responded, which I also mentioned earlier, about how the railways have said that the GRP, the state GRP, is supposed to look after law and order and the platforms. Let's listen in to what Mamata Banerjee had to say first.
Ma'am, are they showing
Railway, I do not know. They have not said anything. They didn't cooperate. They didn't contacted with us.
It is a clear conspiracy, ma'am.
It is a conspiracy.
Well, Times Network correspondent Tamal Saha joining us on the phone line. Tamal, we are hearing now claims and counterclaims with Mamata Banerjee clearly alleging that the railway should take responsibility. The railway believes it's the state GRP's area, that the platforms, their law and order in the platforms comes under their jurisdiction.
State government has constituted a special task force. In fact, has handed over the probe to the Criminal Investigation Department, that is CID, and also assigned CIF to probe into the matter. Yes, Mamata Banerjee did lament the fact that the central government cannot absorb its responsibility after Union Railway Minister had tweeted yesterday, and she is saying that one tweet is not enough, given the fact this incident happened on platform number 2 of Green City railway station in Murshidabad.
Yes.
She believes it equally makes the railway ministry responsible if there is an intelligence failure, was there a security lapses, and Mamata Banerjee believes that if there is a conspiracy, it should be probed fairly. So yes, on state government's part, the Criminal Investigation Department is leading the probe. We know the railway ministry is trying to suggest that there were no lapses on their part, but then given the fact it's a Trinamool Congress minister from Mamata Banerjee's cabinet, who had himself sustained previous injuries and even as he speaks undergoing an operation at the state-run SSKM hospital, makes the situation quite serious in nature. And Mamata Banerjee says that it was just not the minister, another 26 people have sustained injuries, and thus she has demanded an absolute probe, and she has demanded that all the culprits be brought to book.
Okay, Tamal, thanks for joining us. Joining me on the phone line now is Priyanka Tibrewal, leader of the BJP. Also joining me is Touseef Khan, advocate and political analyst who is a supporter of the TMC. Touseef Khan, does it really help your party to pin the blame on the BJP each and every time TMC is the party in power? There are two violent incidents that has happened in West Bengal. Are the state elections in West Bengal going to be held in this kind of an atmosphere? Political violence has reached very dangerous proportions. Is the TMC willing to take responsibility for the law and order in the state?
As your reporter has just informed, the state government has ordered an inquiry at three levels. A special task force is there, CIF has there, and CID is also handling this matter. And also, because it's not only an attack on the minister, there are about total of 26 people who was injured with this bomb blast. And therefore, so state government has already announced compensation of 5 lakh rupees to those grievously injured and is sponsoring all the treatment in the hospital. Now, the point to be noted here is, where did this attack happen? It happened on the platform inside the railway station where there was low light. Why was there low light? And this seems to be a remote controlled blast. How did the culprit manage to do this? Does the railway have no responsibility at all? Why is railway taking this attack so casually? Why are they not actively involved in trying to find out the conspiracy? Because they, as the Chief Minister has said, people were approaching.
Well, you must be aware, Mr. Khan, that a similar attack has happened on the BJP leaders as well. And, you know, each time an incident of this nature happens, your party very conveniently puts it on the BJP. And even now, your Chief Minister is saying it's a conspiracy of the BJP. But the fact of the matter is, some responsibility will have to be taken by the state government. Law and order is a state subject. Priyanka Tibrewal, having said that, I also want to ask you that, you know, in this kind of an atmosphere, how can people even expect a free and fair election to be held in the state? Because clearly the atmosphere is vitiated. There is an atmosphere clearly of vendetta politics. And the kind of language even used by the BJP leaders, I'm sorry, they have threatened of dire consequences. They have said, used violent language. Okay, I'm being asked to now cut across to Prime Minister Modi's address briefly. Let's quickly dip into that. I'll come back to this conversation.
Collating, compiling and studying data about the effectiveness of COVID-19 vaccines among our population. Can we similarly create a regional network for promoting technology-driven epidemiology for preventing future pandemics? And beyond COVID-19, can we also share our successful public health policies and schemes? From India, our Ayushman Bharat and Jan Arogya schemes may be useful case studies for our friends in the region. Such collaboration can become the pathway for greater regional cooperation among us in other areas too. After all, we share so many common challenges: climate change, natural disasters, poverty, illiteracy, and social and gender imbalances. But we also share the power of centuries-old cultural and people-to-people linkages. If we focus on all that unites us, our region can overcome not only the present pandemic, but our other challenges too. Friends, if the 21st century is to be the Asian century, it cannot be without greater integration among the countries of South Asia and the Indian Ocean island countries. The spirit of regional solidarity that you have shown during the pandemic has proven that such integration is possible. I once again convey my very best wishes to all of you for fruitful discussion today. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Prime Minister Modi was addressing a workshop on COVID-19 management with neighboring countries. He just completed his address, so I think we can just go back to our discussion. I was talking to Priyanka Tibrewal of the BJP, joining me on the phone line. If Ms. Tibrewal is online with me, I wanted to get a reaction from her on the kind of political violence witnessed in West Bengal that has really vitiated the atmosphere. Ms. Tibrewal, what is your reaction to what Touseef Khan had to say about Mamata Banerjee's allegation that there is a conspiracy to eliminate Mr. Zakir Hussain, and on the current ground situation there in West Bengal, which is of course mired with political violence?
Hi, a very good afternoon. See, first of all, I would like to condemn any kind of violence which is taking place in West Bengal, because again and again we have been saying that violence is perpetrating in West Bengal, and who is doing that, who is behind this? So we've always said that it is the government, it is the TMC who is doing any and every kind of violence here in West Bengal. See, they have converted the West Bengal into killing fields. Now, Touseef was just mentioning about things taking place on the railway platform and all. So let me also tell him that it is also some kind of responsibility of the state government to look after the law and order situation there, which state government is not even speaking about. Apart from that, let me also remind him when he says that the investigation and inquiries are being made. So such incidents did take place in 2019 also, when the angry mobs, the CAA protesters, they had burnt and laid siege on the tracks. At that point of time also, Mamata Banerjee said that investigation is taking place. Although we had asked for a CBI investigation, but she said that the CID will do the needful. So now when situation is getting so violent, why doesn't she want that the CBI should come and investigate? See, this is not the first time, again and again happening. The Kishanganj MLA
But
was
Ms.
murdered.
Tibrewal, violence is
Was just
perpetuated by both the sides. Wouldn't you agree? Can you deny that your state
it is
leaders
just
very
that we are at
often
the
have
suffering
resorted
end.
to inflammatory
No, not at all.
speeches,
Not-
provocative speeches, threatening dire consequences? The cadre on the ground then, of course, finds it absolutely normal to resort to violence when your leaders speak that language very often.
Run by the government. The police is run by the government. The CID is run by the government. Not a single incident where they can show that they have caught hold of BJP who is involved in these kind of violence, because they have power in their hand. If the case would have been so, we would have been arrested by now. But they do not have anything to prove that we are initiating this violence. But yes, of course, we have proofs to say the same, because you have already seen that when the president, our national president, Mr. Nidda, when he came to West Bengal, people were hurling flags which were of TMC, and they said that they belong from TMC. But even then, how many of them were arrested? So law and order is a failure here. Mamata Banerjee doing nothing to maintain
Right.
law and order. They are a
Okay.
tyrannical and a dictatorial party.
Touseef Khan, respond to that, because people are watching. Law and order is in shambles. There's been a complete breakdown. The BJP's president JP Nadda's convoy, the way it was attacked, all of them is playing out in the public forum. So the fact of the matter is, at this point, given BJP's blitzkrieg, they have really mounted a strong campaign. There is a Parivartan Yatra now going into the lanes and bylanes of Bengal, galvanizing mass support. How is your party even going to counter this? What is your main poll plank? The BJP is unapologetically playing the Hindutva card as well. What is the TMC banking upon?
So, law and order, BJP leaders, by their provocative speeches, are trying to disturb the law and order situation in Bengal. That is the case of Trinamool, that is the case of Mamata Banerjee, that there is a conspiracy. I can quote dozens of speeches where senior BJP leaders are openly in a public meeting asking the party workers at the ground level to go and beat Trinamool leaders.
I have similar speeches of TMC leaders. I'm sorry.
They are assuring. No, if I have to name some people, BJP chief Dilip Ghosh has said that my government is coming, BJP government is coming in 2021. So BJP worker need not worry about anything. They can go and beat Trinamool workers. This is the type of campaign that BJP is doing in Bengal. They are they are provoking, they are asking the BJP leaders at the BJP workers at the ground level to go and beat Trinamool leaders and indulge in violence. With this kind of scenario, can you expect that
No,
there
but
will be no cases
but you did not answer my question. What is your main poll plank? Because you are not able to openly dismiss the Hindutva card, nor are you able to openly use the appeasement card. Even your cultural and the local Bangla card has been hijacked to a great extent by the BJP with the kind of policies and programs that the BJP leaders have announced. Now, you have to give it to them. For a party that has only 3 seats, won only 3 seats in the last election. They've reduced the TMC and the left and the Congress to the sidelines, and they are well into the game. I want to, in fact, also focus a bit on Amit Shah's visit to Bengal today, and I'll go back to my guests. Home Minister Amit Shah hit out at Mamata Banerjee over political violence in Bengal, and he alleged that Mamata Banerjee government has failed to maintain law and order, as a result of which TMC goons have killed 130 BJP workers over the years. This is what Amit Shah said in Bengal today as he was flagging off the last leg of BJP's Paribartan Yatra, which is a mega statewide outreach by the BJP ahead of the elections. Let's listen into the Home Minister's statement today.
बंगाल में जब तक ममता बनर्जी की सरकार है, कानून और व्यवस्था ठीक रह सकती है क्या? जोर से बोलो, रह सकती है क्या? पीछे वाले बोले, रह सकती है क्या? और जोर से बोलो, रह सकती है क्या? बंगाल विकास के रास्ते पर जा सकता है क्या? आप एक बंगाल सरकार भारतीय जनता पार्टी की बना दीजिए, जो मोदी जी के कंधे से कंधा मिलाकर ये डबल इंजन सरकार बंगाल को सोनार बांग्ला बनाए। ऐसी सरकार बनाने के लिए ये परिवर्तन यात्रा है। और अम्फान के बाद मोदी जी ने जो पैसा भेजा, ये तृणमूल कांग्रेस के गुंडे खा गए। मैं आज यहां आप सबको कहकर जाता हूं, भाजपा की सरकार बनने के साथ ही अम्फान के अंदर जो भ्रष्टाचार हुआ है, उसके लिए उच्च स्तरीय जांच कर आपका पैसा खाने वाले सारे लोगों को जेल के हवाले करेंगे। मित्रों, मोदी जी ने 3500 करोड़ रुपया भेजा, मगर कुछ नहीं हुआ। मित्रों, टीएमसी का एक ही नारा है, भतीजा बढ़ाओ। भतीजे के कल्याण के अलावे टीएमसी के मन में और कोई कल्याण नहीं।
Touseef Khan, your quick response to this. This is a very strong election campaign that the BJP is running now in West Bengal. It's a very different poll pitch and a very different dynamic from what we saw in 2016. This is a different Bengal altogether. In response to the Union Home Minister's campaign in Bengal, what would you say, Mr. Khan?
It's interesting to see that the Union Home Minister never uttered a single word reprimanding his state BJP leaders not to make provocative and violent speeches. It is the Prime Minister and Home Minister who must take notice of the fact what are the BJP leaders doing in the state. Why are they not condemning the statements and provocative speeches of the BJP leaders? And by keeping silent, they are in a way indirectly supporting them. They are supporting the violence in Bengal. They are supporting the political violence and the politics of revenge and vendetta that is going on. But so far, their reading of winning election in Bengal is concerned.
Okay.
They have absolutely misled the situation. People in Bengal at the ground level, they do not like this violent politics. They do not like the politics of Gujarat to come and overtake the peace-loving people, the Bengali Manush culture that is prevalent in Bengal. And they're going to get the answers in the ballot boxes.
My colleague Madhav Gopalakrishnan is actually speaking to the Union Minister at the moment live. Let's quickly listen into what he's saying.
आज ममता दीदी भी परेशान है। वो कह रही है कि रेलवे के प्रीमाइसिस में हुआ है। जरूर, अगर हमें जिम्मेदारी देना चाहती है तो हम भागना नहीं चाहते। सीबीआई को दे दे, हम जांच कर आरोपियों को पकड़कर उनके हाथ में दे देंगे। हमें कोई आपत्ति नहीं है। राजनीतिक हिंसा का लोकतंत्र के अंदर स्थान ही नहीं होना चाहिए। भारतीय जनता पार्टी के 130 से ज्यादा कार्यकर्ता मारे गए हैं और वो हमें कह रही है कि राजनीतिक हिंसा क्यों हो रही है। बंगाल में 40% प्रत्याशी अपना पर्चा नहीं डाल पाए लोकल चुनाव में। किस प्रकार का वातावरण, किस प्रकार की डेमोक्रेसी है? क्या जवाब देना चाहती है आप देश और बंगाल की जनता को? उनको जवाब देना चाहिए, वो शासन में है 10 साल से।
जी, करप्शन पे आप लगातार आरोप लगाते रहे हैं इस पूरे सरकार पर। टीएमसी कहती रही है कि हमारे जिन लोगों पे आरोप लगे थे वो बीजेपी में आ गए। ममता बनर्जी यहां तक कहती है कि बीजेपी वॉशिंग मशीन है। क्या जवाब देंगे आप?
वॉशिंग मशीन नहीं है, सवाल व्यवस्था का है। सरकार का मुखिया होता है, इसकी जिम्मेदारी होती है कि व्यवस्था को इस तरह से चौक चौबंद करे कि कोई करप्शन न कर पाए। अब अम्फाम के अंदर जो रिलीफ भेजी गई भारत सरकार की ओर से, सारी की सारी टीएमसी के कटमनी वाले खा गए। कौन रिस्पॉन्सिबल है उसके लिए? हाईकोर्ट को संज्ञान लेना पड़ता है, सीएजी को उसकी जांच करनी पड़ती है, सीएजी को कमेटी बनानी पड़ती है। ममता दीदी इसके लिए आंसरेबल है या नहीं है? मोदी जी की एक भी योजना को नीचे नहीं पहुंचने देते। प्रधानमंत्री किसानों को 6,000 रुपया भेजना चाहते हैं कि नहीं, हम लिस्ट नहीं देंगे। प्रधानमंत्री गरीबों को 5 लाख तक की सारी आरोग्य की सुविधाएं देना चाहते हैं कि नहीं, हम यहां नहीं होने देंगे। क्यों भला? क्या दोष है बंगाल के गरीबों का? इसका जवाब ममता दीदी ने देना चाहिए।
जी, ममता बनर्जी ये भी कहती रही है कि जो परिवर्तन यात्रा है ये एक पोलराइजेशन का तरीका, ये उनका कहना है। तो क्या इंपॉर्टेंस है इस कैंपेन में, पोलराइजेशन की या डेवलपमेंट की? क्या जरूरी है सर?
डेवलपमेंट के लिए पोलराइजेशन का तरीका है। हम बंगाल के मतदाताओं को पोलराइज करना चाहते हैं डेवलपमेंट के लिए। ममता दीदी अभी समझ नहीं रही है। ये पोलराइजेशन जरूर है मगर डेवलपमेंट के लिए।
जी सर, पिछले स्पीच में आपने कहा था कि जब वैक्सीन पूरी तरह से इंप्लीमेंट होगा तब सीए की इंप्लीमेंटेशन होगी। ये क्या टाइम फ्रेम आप रियलिस्टिक तौर पे देखते हैं? और क्योंकि इसके काफी राजनीतिक मायने भी निकाले जा रहे हैं।
देखिए, कोई राजनीतिक मायना निकालने की जरूरत नहीं है। ये संसद की, भारत की संसद ने पारित किया हुआ कानून है। आज भी मैं जिस परिवार में भोजन करने के लिए आया हूं वो शरणार्थी परिवार है और मैं तो आज भोजन करते करते यहां तय कर आया हूं कि सब शरणार्थियों को नागरिकता मिले। ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी सुनिश्चित करेगी।
जी, क्योंकि सीए का जहां तक मुद्दा है सर, इस पूरे चुनाव में आप इसे कितना इंपॉर्टेंस देते हैं? अभी भी आपने एक माइग्रेंट के घर पे खाना खाया।
हमारे लिए सीए चुनावी मुद्दा नहीं है, हमारे लिए संवेदना का मुद्दा है। 70 साल से जो गरीब यहां पर आए हैं उनको देश का नागरिकत्व लेने का भी अधिकार नहीं है क्या? देश के नागरिक भी नहीं बन पाएंगे, अपने बच्चों का भविष्य सुनिश्चित नहीं कर पाएंगे, सम्मान के साथ जी नहीं पाएंगे। क्या दोष है इनका? इनका दोष क्या है? हमारे लिए राजनीतिक मुद्दा नहीं है, हमारे लिए संवेदना का मुद्दा है, सिद्धांत का मुद्दा है।
जी, आपने ये भी कहा है चुनावी रैलियों के दौरान कि आप जो टीएमसी के गुंडे हैं उनको आप देखेंगे जब यहाँ पे बीजेपी की सरकार आएगी। क्या आपका क्या मानना है, क्या एक्शन लिया जाएगा उन पे?
देखिए, 130 कार्यकर्ताओं की हत्या हुई है, एक भी केस के अंदर किसी को सजा नहीं हुई। शासन इस प्रकार से नहीं चल सकता। जिन लोगों ने भारतीय जनता पार्टी के कार्यकर्ताओं पर हमले किए, हत्या की है, हम सुनिश्चित रूप से मानते हैं कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार अगर यहां बनती है तो उसका दायित्व तो है वो लोगों को चुन चुन कर कानून के सामने पेश किया जाए।
जी सर, यहाँ की एक नेता है महुआ मित्रा, उनका ये कहना है जो पीएम ने आंदोलन जीवी का जो एक रिमार्क किया, उनका जवाब था चंदा जीवी। और हम कई विपक्षी नेता को देख रहे हैं जो इस तरह के सवाल उठाते हैं। आप कैसे मानते हैं अब ये डिबेट आंदोलन जीवी वर्सेस चंदा जीवी हो गया, क्या आप मानते हैं सही है?
आप इतना सीरियसली क्यों लेते हो महुआ जी को?
अखिलेश यादव भी कहे, कुमार स्वामी जी ने भी कहा। सर, एक और सवाल फार्मर्स प्रोटेस्ट को। अभी हमने देखा 26 जनवरी के जो प्रोटेस्ट हुए, हमने उसके बाद चक्का जाम देखा, आज रेल रोको की जगह जगह प्रोग्राम किए गए हैं। इसका क्या अल्टीमेटली क्या परिणाम निकला, कैसे सुलझेगा ये सारा मसला?
वार्ता से ही सुलझना चाहिए और सरकार वार्ता के लिए तैयार है। हमने कहा है कि मुद्दों पर बातचीत हो और बातचीत के लिए आप आइए, जरूर सरकार तैयार है।
जी सर, ये आपने एक महुआ मित्रा जी का नाम लिया, बीएसएफ स्नूपिंग का उन्होंने आरोप लगाया था, क्योंकि अब गृह मंत्री आपसे यह सवाल पूछना चाहूंगा। उन्होंने आरोप लगाया कि उनके घर पे बीएसएफ लोगों को स्नूप करने के लिए भेजा गया। क्या कहेंगे, क्या उनके चिंता सही थी, गलत थी?
जरा भी सही नहीं है। मुझे मालूम नहीं किसने भेजा, सिक्योरिटी के लिए भेजा होगा। बाकी स्नूपिंग उनका करना पड़ेगा ऐसा अभी कोई परिस्थिति ही नहीं है।
जी सर, एक आखिरी सवाल, ये दिशा के अरेस्ट को लेके कई सवाल उठे हैं, क्योंकि अब देश के गृह मंत्री हैं, आपसे ये पूछना चाहूंगा, कई लोग कह रहे हैं कि सेडिशन का केस लगाया गया है, कई लोगों का ये मानना है कि वायलेंस की कहीं जिक्र नहीं थी। इस पे आपकी क्या राय है, क्या एक्शन जो लिया गया सही लिया गया?
देखिए, दिल्ली पुलिस कानून के हिसाब से काम कर रही है और दिल्ली पुलिस ने अपना पक्ष प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस कर रखा है और जो जो भी धाराएं लगाई गई है इसके इंग्रेडिएंट्स को दिल्ली पुलिस ने स्पष्टता के साथ सबके सामने रखा है। अब किसी को राजनीतिक रूप से कुछ बोलना है तो हम रोक नहीं सकते उसको।
हमारे साथ बात करने के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद अमित शाह जी। सो दिस वाज द होम मिनिस्टर इन फैक्ट स्पीकिंग टू टाइम्स नाउ टॉकिंग अबाउट द कैंपेन ट्रेल हियर इन द स्टेट ऑफ वेस्ट बंगाल। With Rakesh Chawla, Madhav Gopalakrishnan in Narayanpur for Times Now.
Out of time in this program, well, unfortunately, we've run out of time in this program. Priyanka Tibrewal and Touseef Khan, thank you very much for joining us. I wish I had more time to put a few more questions to you. That's all we have time for. News and updates continue here on Mirror Now. Do stay with us and also visit us on mirrornownews.com and follow us on our social media handles.